Let's talk practicals now of exactly how we at Terminus launch a piece of content that we poured our little content marketing hearts and souls into, and then how we continue to amplify that throughout its journey. So on initial launch, at Terminus, obviously, we're an ABM platform. So we love the idea of multi-channel. We love the idea of surround sound. We love the idea of hitting a prospect at every angle with content that's going to be relevant to them. So when we launch a piece of content, it really is a surround sound approach. So we're going to take an example of a piece that we launched, I believe it was last year, and it was an ebook called If Dunder Mifflin Had ABM. Which also, this is another thing I love about being yin and yang, is that sometimes Brad and I do cross over. This was a Brad piece. And this was one of our best and most creative, like best performing creative pieces of content last year. And this was a yin baby. This was totally Brad. So we do cross over. And I think that's also important when you're building a team, that you are able to both focus on both sides of the coin. Like, you cannot just relegate one person to be like the strategy SEO, that's all they focus on. You cannot relegate one person to being like, we're just going to throw confetti in the air and do whatever we want all the time. Like, you really do have to have people that are going to be able to cross over those lines and understand that you have to be able to like have that continuum mindset. But anyway, just had to give Brad props where it was due, because this was a fantastic piece of content and you had fun making it.
I had too much fun. Yes, a rare appearance here from Team Yin. Turns out hours of Netflix watching with The Office came into play with my job. How great is that? It was a risk. I mean, writing a fictional case study isn't your conventional yin content. So we knew we were taking a shot here, and we had to make the most of it. We knew how much time it took to write it, to design it, to get it ready. So of course we are going to utilize every channel we have available to us to make sure it gets to the right people, because ultimately Jillian and I need to come back to our boss and say, here's how many views it drove. Here's the impact it had. Here's all the accounts that are talking about it, high impact accounts. And ultimately, you know, here's how it helped our team. So we were ready. We were ready to share it, measure it, make sure those who were most important to us had it and read it, and we got a good reaction out of them. So we still use it today. And I think it just goes back to our beginning mentality of how many different ways and in how many different channels can we use this thing.